guest in the studio is Professor Verena Hafner. She does research on robots, she does research on artificial intelligence. Now, it really seems like fun moving the little robotic fish within the school of fish, but why is this actually important to the world?
Well, first of all, it's very fascinating, and it's also important to us to understand natural intelligent behavior, which we can do in the swarming fish example. Mm-hmm. And only if we understand natural intelligence, we can build artificial intelligence mm-hmm. systems, which could be applied to all sorts of things.
And could you think of an example there where we actually need an intelligent being of a robot somewhere in a swarm?
In a swarm, we could stay with the example and have a swarm of animals and robots interacting with each other. So, for example, you could use robot to steer an animal swarm somewhere, to steer a flock of birds away from an airport.
I understand. But to have that, you actually need to endow your robotic fish with something else. I mean, at least with certain senses. So what's possible there?
That's true. The robotic fish needs to understand the behavior of the other fish, or at least recognize them, have sensors to judge their distance, to judge the speed of the other fish, and adapt its own behavior according to what the fish senses.
And now, since the single fish doesn't have or show much of intelligence, but the school of fish does, would that also apply to the robots, that the single robot might be completely stupid, but the swarm has a certain intelligence?
Exactly, the same applies to the robots, and the nice thing is you can easily test it with robots. So you implement very simple rules to each individual robot and have them interact with each other, behave in the real world, and then really complex swarm behavior emerges.
What would prove to you that it's really intelligence we're looking at?
That's difficult. I don't have an answer to that.
But we might feel it, whether the robots are intelligent or whether they are just behaving and reacting.
Well, if they can adapt to new situations, that's already a first step towards intelligence.
Thanks a lot. Up to here, Professor Verena Hafner. In the meantime, biologists actually know how an animal behaves in a swarm or a school. And actually, there are 3 rules to obey. Stay in the group, never crash into anyone, and always move in the same direction as your closest neighbor. Scientists programmed robots according to these rules, and the results are amazing.